It's another day in support court with Judge Vonda B. Today's case? A mother against her own daughter. Miss Lopez stands before the judge, not as a plaintiff scorned, but as a grandmother overwhelmed. She's been caring for her granddaughter London, almost 2 years old, and now she's asking for help. Not just diapers and dinner, but financial support. And the one person she needs help from is her own daughter.
My daughter seems to be so busy sometimes that I think she knows she's a mom, but she kind of has other responsibilities that she's kind of putting in the forefront of everything. And so it's the last 2 years it's kind of gotten difficult for me. We have one baby girl, her name is London, and she's almost 2, and my daughter is trying to go to college, work, be a mom, and everything else that she wants to be. And so it's just gotten to a point where it's kind of ridiculous because I need some assistance financially.
The judge turns her attention to the daughter. Young, ambitious, and clearly exhausted, she explains her daily grind. Full-time student by night, full-time intern by day. Recently promoted to a $50,000 a year position, she's proud, but defensive. She says she's doing her best. But then, one statement changes the tone of the room. I don't really see why it's a problem that my mother, the grandmother, has to help out. Judge Vonda doesn't let that slide.
All rise. Support court with Judge Vonda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1061, Lopez case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Ms. Lopez,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Judge, I have a really great daughter. However, we have a kind of a bad situation. My daughter seems to be so busy sometimes that I think she knows she's a mom, but she kind of has other responsibilities that she's kind of putting in the forefront of everything. And so it's the last 2 years it's kind of gotten difficult for me. We have one baby girl, her name is London, and she's almost 2, and my daughter is trying to go to college, work, be a mom, and everything else that she wants to be. And so it's just gotten to a point where it's kind of ridiculous because I need some assistance financially, and unfortunately I'm not getting it.
Okay. All right. And do you pay health insurance for the child?
She is on Medicaid right now because we qualify for Medicaid.
All right. Okay. Anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
That's pretty much the brunt of it, so I'll let her speak her piece and see if we can maybe find a resolution today.
Okay. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So I am a full-time student, college student.
Okay.
So I'm spending most of my times, at nights going to school. But on top of that, I also work for the university during the day.
What do you do?
I'm actually an intern, full-time intern for the psychology program. So.
Is that a paid position?
Yes, it is.
How much are you paid?
A single phrase brings the room to a hush. I'm not the one who got pregnant on prom night. Miss Lopez isn't holding back. The judge steps in, calmly but firmly, reminding everyone this isn't about regrets or recriminations. This is about responsibility, and it's crystal clear who's been stepping up. Grandma's covering everything: meals, diapers, bedtime stories. The judge asks a pointed question. If a daycare did all that, wouldn't they get paid?
Well, I just got a promotion.
That's
to
good.
50,000.
Okay.
Yeah. I just feel like I work, all day. I go to school at nights. I don't come home.
Congratulations. We all work all day.
Yeah, I don't get home until like midnight, and I don't really see why it's a problem that my mother, the grandmother of my child, has to.
Well, because I'm not the one that got pregnant on prom night. You wouldn't be having this problem.
Okay.
That wasn't my decision.
Okay, but you're my mother, right? So
I had
you
one
always said
child.
you wanted a grandchild,
I
didn't you?
had one child, yes, I wanted a grandchild, but it would have been nice if you would have got married first and had someone to share the responsibility with, not me.
I can't do it by myself though.
You're not doing it by yourself.
I'm trying to use that money, right? So that way I can pay for my tuition for college.
Well, I can appreciate that, honey, but you know what? Your main responsibility is being a mom.
I agree with your mom. This is your child.
The daughter can't deny it, daycares get paid, and her mother should too. But she argues that she's trying to avoid student debt. Noble, sure, but the judge points out debt or no debt, the baby still needs care. And Grandma, she's the one paying the price. Miss Lopez makes her case again. There's no rent, no housing cost. Her daughter lives under her roof, but brings little to the table. That's about to change.
And you said something very key while you were talking. You said grandmother.
Right.
You're her child. She raised you. It is not her responsibility to raise your child.
Right.
It is your responsibility.
I just feel like I don't really have to owe her anything.
You don't feel like you should pay your mother? If your daughter were going to daycare, you would be paying the daycare, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel like they should be paid?
Yes.
They're taking care of your child, looking after your child, changing diapers, feedings. They should be paid, right?
Right.
Your mother is doing everything I just named, correct?
Yes.
So it logically follows that she should be paid too, right?
Yeah.
So what's your issue?
Well, she uses her money for the school loans, and
The judge asks a simple question. Do you believe your mother should receive help? And the daughter hesitates. That hesitation says everything. She believes her full schedule is her contribution. But Judge Vonda isn't buying it. You leave your child with your mother, she says, and you don't even believe she should receive some sort of financial assistance? It's a reality check and a wake-up call.
I can appreciate that she doesn't want to have school debt.
Right.
But
Yeah,
now
that's a
that
good
she's
thing.
making more money, she's going to have to give me a little bit of that. They live with me. The house is paid. We don't have that bill. So I know she wants to be responsible and not have any debt, but you know, mommy doesn't need to be having no debt and worried about diapers and all that too. And she does try to help, but it's just not enough. And now that she's got a promotion, I feel like she needs to take a little bit more responsibility. I've done everything I can, sweetie.
You know that I'm a double major, right?
I know that, sweetheart. But like I said,
I can't afford
London
to
is
do that.
important too. So,
I know she is, and that's why I leave her with you.
well, just like I did a
take care
good
of
job
her.
with
I
raising you.
leave her with you, and you leave your child with your mother and do not believe that your mother should receive some sort of financial assistance.
I feel like I give something back by being in school.
The judge walks her through it. Midnight arrivals, quick bedtime kisses, then gone again. The baby, Judge Vonda notes, is with Grandma all day, every day. The daughter insists she reads her stories, tucks her in, but the judge isn't moved. You just pull the covers over a little higher, she says. Everyone in the courtroom knows the truth. Miss Lopez isn't just helping, she's parenting.
You know, once I do get that education,
What are you
that
giving
degree,
back by being in school?
I'm giving her.
What are your plans after school?
Well, I'm majoring also in psychology, so
Okay.
I planned on opening my own clinic, doing a clinical psychologist, and then from there I could, you know, take care of my own daughter by then. I just right now need
And
some
move
assistance.
out?
Yeah, move out.
And your mom still takes care of the baby?
No, I could take care of the baby by then. I just need a little bit of help
You
and
can take care
assistance.
of the baby by yourself now.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate that.
So I'm still not hearing what your issue is.
My issue is just,
Because she's your mom, you don't believe you need to pay her something.
that's what I thought.
Because if you think about it, you really don't live there. You just going to sleep. Mom is taking care of the baby. You'd agree with me, right? If you're
The mother's tone softens as she talks about her dreams owning a clinic, providing better for her daughter one day, but that day isn't today. And right now, Judge Vonda says, her mom needs support. Full-time work means full-time responsibility, and the judge is ready to put the numbers behind the decision. This is about fairness, and it's about time.
coming in at midnight, the baby is with your mom all day. You're literally coming to the house, not seeing the baby, because if it's at midnight, the baby is asleep, I'm assuming.
Right.
And you're going right back out
I
to go
tuck
to
her
school
in.
and work.
I tuck her in.
She's already tucked in, so you just pull the covers over a little higher.
I give
That's
her a
what you
kiss
do?
good
Sometimes she
night.
wakes her up, Judge, and just to play
You
with her
wake
for a
up
little
the
while.
baby
I
at
mean,
midnight.
just so I can give her a kiss, you know, read her little story, so that way there is some sort of bonding between us, since I do work, you know, all night long and go to school and all that.
Oh, well, that's nice. But what's going to be nicer is you're going to give your mother some of that money for taking care of your child, because she is footing the bill. She's taking care of everything. And if you think about it, technically, you're not even living with her. You're only staying there at night for a couple of hours. And the baby is with your mom. And I'm assuming this happens on the weekends too?
No, on the
With calm authority, Judge Vonda lays it out. Mom will now pay child support. If she ever moves out and takes full custody of her child, things can be revisited. But for now, Ms. Lopez is footing the bill for everything. And that stops today. The judge praises the mother's ambition, but reminds her, working and studying doesn't erase your obligation to your child. Not when someone else is raising her.
weekends she does stay home, and she does help. And like I said, she doesn't like that. She's not like that girl that goes clubbing and stuff. She does take that responsibility serious.
Yes.
It's just her job and school, and now she's going to work full time. Now she's going to be working more with the promotion.
Right, because I got that promotion.
That kind of leaves us with a little extra money and no time, because we hardly had any time now. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like now that she's going full time.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start your child support so you can at least give mom some sort of assistance. Now, at the time that you move out of the house and you have the child on your own 100%, mom is not babysitting. Mom is not, well, not even babysitting. The child is living with your mom.
Okay.
If the child is no longer living with your mom, your daughter is with you 100% of the time, then you can come back and see me to stop child support at that time.
Okay.
But until that happens, mom.
Based on her new salary, the judge calculates her gross and net income. Medicaid reimbursement is due unless she switches her daughter to her employer's health plan. The judge gives her a $100 credit for doing that. Even with that discount, her new monthly obligation comes out to a number that hits hard, but a lesson that hits even harder.
Mom is going to receive some sort of financial break, essentially,
Right.
until that time happens. So it's going to be based off your income, and you just said that you make $50,000 a year now. So at $50,000 a year, that brings your gross to $4,167. Your net is $3,516.78. There is a reimbursement to Medicaid. Now, you are working full time. You have access to health insurance now?
Yes, yeah.
Do you know how much it'll cost?
I actually don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay, this is what we're going to do, because Medicaid reimbursement is about $375. That's based on 9% of your gross.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure your health insurance is cheaper than that for your daughter only. So what I'll do is
Judge Vonda makes it clear. Sorry, baby, you gotta learn. The message is simple. Being a parent is more than late-night kisses and long-term plans. It's about showing up today. With no more questions from either party, court is dismissed. But the judgment,
is order you to be responsible for that health insurance and give you a credit of $100 towards the health insurance, okay?
Okay.
So that'll make your monthly child support obligation $803 to your mother.
Sorry, baby. You got to learn.
Okay.
Any questions? No? No questions?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B. I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Lopez case. This was a very unique case. There was maternal grandmother and there was mom. You heard testimony that maternal grandmother was pretty much doing everything in terms of caring for the child, feeding the child, in possession of the child on a daily basis. You heard testimony about mom saying she doesn't even arrive at the house until midnight every night, which means that her mother is doing everything in terms of raising this child. It was only right that she pays child support to her mother. And that's why you heard that she pays child support as well as the health insurance. Well, what is something that stood out about this case? The child was under Medicaid. Remember guys, Medicaid is a government assistance benefit. It must be repaid to the state. But in this case, mom was given the opportunity.
it was only right that she paid child support to her mother because her mother was the one raising the child.